It's been a minute, and very obviously my Switch 2 does not look like it did the last time you saw it. That's because you can't just give me a brand new expensive device and not expect me to customize the hell out of it. However, I just kind of wanted to show you what I've been playing, a bunch of accessories I've gotten for it, and just some general thoughts on things that I feel like no one's really talking about. We're gonna completely avoid anything that's like a little on the nose, I guess. I feel like now that it's been a few weeks, I haven't seen as many people like swarming my Instagram comments being like, you should be ashamed of yourself for buying Nintendo products the way you do. You're such a consumer. How dare you spend your money? Which is good that I'm not getting as much comments like that anymore. I kind of expected those to die down a little bit, you know? It's kind of why I've been waiting a bit to really share my thoughts on the Switch 2. However, now if you have one, you have one. If you don't, you don't. Or maybe you're a little on the nose, or maybe you just don't get it. And that is perfectly fine if you... like, that's all good. We are just here for vibes and for discussion, really. So let's get started, I guess. I think the big elephant in the room to most people when they see my Switch 2 is the case. I think this is definitely what made the Switch 2 feel like mine. If you know anything about me or my channel, I have like a ton of handheld PCs. Well, like, okay, not a ton, I have two, but it feels like a ton, you know what I mean? Both of them I kind of decorated to have white on them, and then they have like something to just make it feel more like something I would have. And thankfully, when the Switch 2 came out, Geekshare, a company I have made so many videos for on TikTok, sent me this gorgeous Switch 2 case. It is their space-themed one, and I love it so much. I think the back is my favorite part because this just looks so damn cool. And the thumb grips are actually Steam Deck thumb grips. They're Starfield inspired, but they match the case super well. And I just combined both, and now it really does feel like a console I would have. I also am one of those people that when I get a brand new device, if possible, like if it has a clear case or just anything I can put over it, I will do that immediately. I always fear like getting the surface dirty or something. Maybe the Pro Controller can be a good example, but how it's like a matte finish and then I just fear that my fingerprints are gonna get all over it and ruin it. At least until I'm used to it, then I am fine without the case. But I kind of just did that with the Switch 2, and that's really whatever. I really like this case. I just can't get over how good this looks and how, oh, don't look at my friend code, how much I love it. I'm not being sponsored to talk about any of these accessories on YouTube. I do make TikTok commission though. So a lot of these stuff I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I got this for free. But obviously it's a whole different platform. I'm not obligated to say anything. I will have affiliate links for you in the description if I'm not lazy. Full honest thoughts here, really. Something I've also been really enjoying are the Switch 2 controllers that have come out. I was a bit on the nose with the Pro Controller for a while. I actually just got this a few days ago, but I immediately got the GameCube controller the second that I saw it was in stock. I saw it was in stock like a few days before the Twitter accounts like Wario64 or whatever like posted about it, and I was like, oh yes, give me that. I love being ahead of Nintendo whenever I can be. I made a video about my thoughts on modernized GameCube controllers before and how they usually switch something up and then like usually the buttons are up here, and for a while I wasn't a fan of these being here. And I still think they're ugly. Don't get me wrong. These are very ugly button placements, especially the lack of evenness here. However, I guess for an NSO controller, it's okay. And the only reason I say that is because it's an NSO controller. They're supposed to look like 100% accurate besides like minor changes that are kind of needed. So while I wish we did get a second Z button shape on this side, I guess I get it. It's ugly, but it's accurate. I suppose if I really needed that GameCube experience, I can just buy a third-party controller. I was so used to using third-party GameCube controllers that would have like plus and minus like up here where the logo is, that it really threw me off for a bit, but you get used to it. This is a real ass GameCube controller. Obviously, it's made by Nintendo, but as someone who has the like Smash 4 GameCube controllers, and those have been my go-to for so long, this is really nice to have. I have been loving having a wireless GameCube controller that is a real GameCube controller. Like, it's not a massive, like, it's not a game changer, right? It's not huge. It's not as different as buying a third-party GameCube style controller. I think it's just holding it and really feeling how this is, you know this is a real controller. It just kind of adds something. It's like holding those fake GameCube controllers you still find at retro game stores versus finding a real ass GameCube controller and then comparing and feeling all the differences, and you're like, oh yeah, I prefer the real one. This has been so much fun, especially in Mario Kart World. What I love about Mario Kart that has not changed in so long is that the bumpers and triggers are still the exact same thing, which means you can play Mario Kart with this controller and have zero issues, which should be a no-brainer to a lot of people, right? But because, again, this is a real ass GameCube controller, it's gonna be lore accurate, which means that this is R, like the triggers are L and R. And then these are ZL and ZR, which if you've been paying attention is the other way around with the actual controllers, with most controllers nowadays. So even though there's like motion control on this control, this thing is motion. This thing is goated, by the way. But you won't be able to play games like Splatoon the way that you really want. To some people, you're probably gonna be like, why would you ever play Splatoon with a GameCube controller? Because I like the style, because I've been doing that with third-party controllers, but you know what I mean. But yeah, you're gonna have to click the bumpers instead of the triggers, and it's a little confusing. I haven't actually tried it before until now. Oh yeah, and you can't click in on these either. I've had some people ask me, you can't do that. So if you're willing to sit through the Splatcast and act like it's Splatoon and Splatoon 2, and if you're willing to shoot with the bumpers, then I guess you could get away with it. But if you were curious, the motion controls do work. I don't know why this has motion controls. I think this surprised a lot of people, but yeah, like, these bumpers aren't gonna do anything. But it's unique. I'm sure this would be a joy to click. Anyway, I rambled way too long about this one. Let's talk about the Pro Controller. I did not have an original Pro Controller, right? So this is a whole new world to me. I've heard compared to the original, like the joysticks are like a million times better. Also, I hope my microphone can pick this up. The sound that this makes, it feels so expensive. And I guess it is. I guess this was pretty expensive, but I understand the hype. I'm not like over the top with it, right? I have a ton of controllers, mostly third party though, and so I'm not like over the moon. I'm not like, oh my god, this is the greatest controller ever made, but I can see why people think that. It's kind of refreshing, actually, having a controller that has like buttery smooth joysticks. Now, I haven't compared it, but just off of memory, these joysticks kind of feel like when I held Steam Deck joysticks for the first time, and I was like, wow, these are crazy. These are smooth as hell. I like how chunky it is. The buttons are huge, but I kind of like it. I guess it makes sense. It's cute. It's such a cute controller, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I haven't played a ton of games with it just yet, because I did just get it. But I see why people think this is amazing. Let me tell you what actually convinced me to buy this, though. It has a headphone jack. Oh my god. Oh, Nintendo's doing the bare minimum. Other companies have been doing this for 50 years, and if you're buying Nintendo because they're behind. Yes. Yes, I am. I don't care that this has been done by Xbox and PlayStation because I use those platforms as well. The fact that we finally have a headphone jack on a first-party controller was what sold me on this controller, not the GR and GL buttons. I only use programmable buttons as fidget toys, I swear. Not people saying that these are buttery smooth and the big chunky buttons. The chunky buttons and the smoothiness of the joysticks was just a bonus. This is what sold me. Even the chat button. I like that the chat button is right there because it reminds me of the PlayStation mute button. It's such a dumb reason, I guess, to buy a whole controller, but to me, it was a fun little purchase, and I didn't get it for full price. I had a gift card, you know, it makes up for it. But yes, I do have this, and I'm waiting for people and third-party companies to kind of lock in and start doing like decals and stuff, because I know those went crazy for the original Pro Controller. Geekshare, I know you listen to me because you provide. I'm waiting on the cases for these. But yeah, I've been having a ton of fun with the Switch 2 controllers, and honestly, if you have like the spare money, I guess, you know, like these are pretty worth it. Oh yeah, I'm sure people have brought this up already, but Nintendo Switch Online with the GameCube controller does have that little Easter egg where if you're using an NSO controller, it like changes colors and stuff and gives you sound effects. I love it. Oh wait, well you just saw it, but hold on. I don't know how many people know this yet, but it does the little peek. This is so cool. I'm one of the people that was begging for GameCube on Switch Online, so this whole combination, amazing. Anyway, we must move on. Something that I plan to make a video on is Nintendo art programs, because it's a video that I attempted to make in like 2019 when I had a whole different YouTube channel that was art focused. I even recorded footage and I was drawing the same drawing in every different art program I could find for the Switch. Editor Toast here, I literally have no idea how, but I still had footage from the original video that I was trying to record way back when. And I, I literally don't, it's amazing to me. But here is some footage, right, of me using the pressure sensitivity and the stylus with the program you're supposed to use it on. But then I also switched over to using other art programs because there's so many available on the Switch, and it's kind of crazy. Like, I have absolutely no idea how I even did all of this on a Switch tablet, but hey, that's something cool, I guess. The Switch 2 has kind of revived the want for this. This is the Colors pen, the Sonar pen. It's a popular art pen, except if you knew anything about the 3DS, Colors is literally like the art program everyone would freaking use on the 3DS. I feel like not a lot of people bring up the Switch pen. Now, this isn't a Switch 2 accessory. However, I feel like due to the Switch 2 having a bigger screen, it's just really made me want to use a stylus, you know what I mean? For games that would really need one, or at least would benefit from one. Because of the way the pen is, you don't have to plug it in. You only have to plug it in if you want pressure sensitivity for the actual software it comes with, but you can just use it like this. And that's amazing. I kind of want to test this in The World Ends With You. I feel like that would be a little embarrassing if I can't remember how to play The World Ends With You. But you know what? Freak it. Let's try it. Another Geekshare case. Not sponsored. Oh, it's not in here. Okay, well, carrying case. Not sponsored, but there's an affiliate link if you want. I did use this clear case for traveling recently, which was pretty fun. I like that it has extra room on top because I have a case on it, so I don't need my cases to be like super slim, you know what I mean? You know what? Just take every game out here. Why not? We have fun here. Put all that back in there. Oh, that's not where that goes. I misplaced a lot of my Switch 2 games recently, and I'm very upset about it because I had some banger games. I lost my copy of Metroid Dread. Like, I feel dread just knowing that I don't have that copy with me anymore. Anyway, this is my favorite game of all time. Do I remember how to play? Probably not, but I'm sure it will come back to me. Let's see how long it's been. A total of 700 days have passed. Okay, well, so I do not remember how to play, but this is one of those games I've hyped up like a million times. If you buy it on the Switch, you're gonna want a stylus for this. But I've always loved this stylus because it's a fun little responsive tablet, and you get an art software out of it. That's awesome. Move, bitch! Okay, so clearly I don't remember what my pins do. Yeah. Okay, before I get lost in the sauce, I'm definitely gonna make a video about this because that is fun. So I didn't, oh dear. I didn't expect this to be part of the video, but I do have stuff from Jox. Again, not sponsored, but I do have like a TikTok affiliate thing with them. They sent me a bunch of Switch 2 accessories. And you know what? Freak it. Let's open some right now. This is a game card case that holds 40 games. and that's a lot of games. I do not have 40 games, but I hope to I do not have 40 physical games, but I hope to in the future. Wow, this is thick. Oh my goodness. This is a chunky thing. So yes, this thing opens, and it kind of looks like your basic Switch game case thing, except it holds way more, and I kind of like that. That is very cool. And of course, you can't have a game, you can't have a Mario Kart game without a steering wheel. I'm gonna get myself a paper cut. Oh my gosh, it comes with 2. I didn't realize it said 2-pack. That's cool. I was wondering why the box was so big. Ooh, hold on. Those are actually really nice. All right, I see you. These are actually, I kind of thought these would be like a little funky, right? But there's like some oomph to these bumpers. Like these are actually really nice. Okay, we move on to this mega carrying case, which I've just got to know about. If I could open the box, that would be super cool. Oh, this is thick. The thing with TikTok and affiliate things is you usually can like pick and choose what you want from different sellers if they give you a bunch of options. And the reason I was really curious about this mega case is just because it has so much storage room on top. And oh, indeed it does. So right up, oh, this holds games. Oh, that's part of it. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. But yeah, pretty much I liked that it had this huge like gap for games. I assume this will fit in here since, you know, they're all the same people. Could this fit in here? Oh, this could definitely fit in there if you wanted to squeeze it in there. Yeah. This is this, again, off of memory, this looks like the height of the Legion Go case, which it's a big device. The size of things don't bother me because they're all big. But this is a really nice case, it looks like. Okay, cool. I just gotta know how this works though. Hold on. I'm pretty sure with the Geekshare cases, you can just kind of wiggle them out a bit. Kind of do a little boop. Okay, cool. So if I understand this right, it just kind of, yeah, okay. It doesn't look like there's any like magnets or anything. It just kind of, you know, slides on in there. Let's try some Mario Kart like this. I'm curious. I really like that the joystick is in the middle. I just realized that. That's awesome. It gives off a nice little clicky sound. Oh, that's so cool. Let's just try some free roam like this because I'm at an angle. I love this. I love this quite a bit. This is surprisingly really cool. I didn't think I'd be a fan of these little steering wheel controllers. You know, I didn't grow up with Mario Kart Wii. I was a Mario Kart DS kid. But these are pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, as you could tell, I've been playing a ton of Mario Kart World. I've been playing a ton of F-Zero on NSO as well. Splatoon 3 got that Switch 2 upgrade. I've been loving that. I've been thinking about replaying Mario Odyssey because of the Donkey Kong game coming out. I didn't think I'd be super invested in Donkey Kong Bonanza, however, that direct kind of sold me. Besides that, I've also been playing a ton of Fantasy Life. Not enough to like show you like, oh, look at my crazy island like in the Animal Crossing days. It's just kind of been whatever. Besides that, I am still waiting for the Metroid Prime 4 release date. Will that day ever come? I am not sure. Maybe one day it will. However, I feel like that's kind of it. I've been absolutely loving the Switch 2 so far. It's been nothing but fun. It honestly is making me want to play more Switch games that I missed out on during the original Switch generation. There was just a period of time where so many new games were coming out for the Switch and I just wasn't feeling it. I was in just like, you know, that drought. I had other things to play, other consoles to use type of. But it's been a few weeks and I am still super into this. I have been looking for games to play that I missed out on. I've been thinking about picking up one of the Paper Mario games because I never played them, surprisingly. And honestly, I'm just like itching for those GameCube games to be re-released on this thing. I am so ready for them. However, besides all of that, that is kind of it. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for still being here after my couple little mini break. I got engaged when I was gone, if you didn't notice the ring. I can't wait to make more videos. It's now summertime, so I have a lot more free time to make videos. And towards the end of summer, I will be attending PAX West this year. If anyone else is attending that, that is super cool. I'm super excited about that. Thank you for watching this video. If you were doing chores while watching this video, I hope you got your chores done. If you were drawing, I hope your drawing turned out good. And if you were eating, I hope your food turned out great. I'll see you guys next week for another video. Bye bye!